Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live stream broadcast. Greater St. Helens League 2A girls basketball. It's the first rendition of Longview's Civil War rivalry between the visiting Mark Morris Lady Monarchs and the R.A. Long Lumberjills. Good to have you with us, Nick Sisson, on behalf of N2 Media, as always. Preparing everybody for tonight's Civil War game. Again, R.A. Long hosting round number 1 here against the Mark Morris Monarchs, and the two teams on opposite ends of the spectrum as we journey our way into the midway point of the season. The league schedule will turn over after tonight's matchup. Currently, Mark Morris with the better record between the two schools, 7-5 overall on the season, 4-2 in Greater St. Helens League play, which is currently good for third place. Mark Morris riding a 4-game winning streak into this one. Meanwhile, the Lumberjills of R.A. Long are 4-7 on the season, 2-5 in GSHL play, good for 6th place all by themselves. Still a lot of basketball to play, but right now R.A. Long just wants to pick up a W any way possible. Currently on a 4-game losing streak heading into this one. The last Lumberjills victory was back on December the 20th against the Hudson's Bay Eagles. Mark Morris coming off of a league win against Washougal. That game at home last week on Friday. Most recently, the Lumberjills were defeated on the road against the Ridgefield Spudders. Ridgefield starting to become a little bit more of a threat in the middle of the pack here in the Greater St. Helens League. More on them later on in the season, but this game is all about rivals here. J.D. Ott, coaching in his 3rd season for the R.A. Long Lumberjills, still searching for his first victory against Sean Atkins and the Mark Morris Monarchs. It's a big one here, especially for R.A. Long to keep their season hopes alive of potentially getting into a playoff situation later on down the road. And obviously, you want to protect your home court if you can, any chance you get. And Mark Morris, I mean, a road win here tonight would put them at 5-2 in GSHL play, turning over the schedule, and both their losses were on the road against undefeated contenders, Columbia River and Woodland alike, 6-0 at the top of the Greater St. Helens League standings. So again, a lot of basketball to be played, and this one's about set to be introduced for everyone under a minute on the pregame warm-up clock. Be sure to type into that live stream comment section where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. Appreciate everyone's support and always tuning in to these broadcasts. Eric Elliott on the PA here at the Lumberdome on Joe Moses Court. We'll turn it over to him.
For tonight's Greater St. Helens League girls basketball version of the Civil War, featuring the visiting Mark Morris Monarchs and your R.A. Long Lumberjills. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats, caps, and hoods as we honor America and those who protect and defend her with tonight's national anthem. This evening, the Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by the R.A. Long High School Athletic Band under the direction of Mr. Dan Reed. faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory and demeaning comments and cheers this evening. We hope that you will enjoy tonight's action and support the student athletes from both teams in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. At this time, we would like to acknowledge our officials and thank them for their time and effort this evening. Without officials, tonight's game would not take place. Our officials tonight are Neil Williamson, Jessica Worthen, and Taylor Yeager. Please remember, ladies and gentlemen, to stay positive with your actions and words, and to always be an encouraging example for everyone around you to follow. Thank you from Long High School and the Greater St. Helens League. Before we get to our starting lineup, it's time to meet tonight's courtside attendance, sponsored by Right Line Equipment, the right tool for the job, and by Serpro of Longview Kelso, like it never even happened. Let's have a huge Lumberdome welcome for tonight's Junior Jacks, keeping the floor clean and sweat-free. Ladies and gentlemen, Easton Boston and Axel Curtis. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Mark Morris Monarchs as announced by their head coach, Sean Atkins. At guard and wing, a 5'5" sophomore wearing number 5, Kiki Makaibi. At guard and wing, a 5'5" senior wearing number 12, co-captain Rayleigh Gazati. At the wing and the post, a 5'8" senior wearing number 15, Cadence Gordons. At guard and wing, a 5'6" senior wearing number 23, co-captain Kea Makaibi. And at guard and wing, a 5'9" junior wearing number 24, Reese Johnston. And now, under the watchful eyes of the Lumberjack and Lumberjills statues in the corner, casting down their protective and fortuitous gaze over the surface of Joe Moses Court in this, what the Seattle Times called one of the top 10 gymnasiums in the state of Washington, the jewel of 1939, your historic Lumberdome. I ask you, Lumberjack Nation, as you rise to your feet. Don't you guys know what time it is? It's 7:09 p.m. and it's time to get a little bit jacked up. Here are the starting lineup for your, say it with me, R.A. Lumberjills. At forward, a 5'8" senior, wearing number 3, co-captain Alana Brown. At guard, a 5'7" junior, wearing number 5, co-captain At guard, a 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 10, Sienna Dorland. At guard, a 5'6" junior, wearing number 13, Jocelyn Magana. And at forward, a 6'1" junior. Long owns the gym and she owns the paint. Number 15, co-captain Evelyn Austin. The Jills are coached by the one and only Mr. J.D. Ott.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. National anthem has been played. Introductions have been made, and we are just about set for tip-off in the Civil War rivalry here between Longview High School's Mark Morris and R.A. Long. Starting lineups again, Kiki Makaibi, Rayleigh Gazati, Cadence Gorins, Kea Makaibi, and Reese Johnston. Johnston will jump it up against the likes of Evelyn Austin, along with Austin, Alana Brown, Bree Garwood, Sienna Dorland, and Jocelyn Magana Romero. Civil War basketball, part 1, about ready to tip off here in the close seconds here. They're waiting for the music to fade. There it goes. All right, Jessica Worthen satisfied. And the tip is controlled by the Monarchs. Reese already with a 3 on the way, no good. Garwood secures the rebound, looking up far side, brings it across. Now advances it. Bree gets it back, a little pick and roll there almost, a little give and go, I should say. Still working the bugs out. Shot up, no good. Maki Evie drives, misses the shot long. Ball tapped around, and it's controlled by Alana Brown. Mark Morris 0 for 2 here to start the ball game. Crossover up top. Garwood gets around Kiki Maki Evie, kicks to the corner. A drive by Brown, partially blocked. Grabbed by Reese Johnston. Johnston takes it herself. Leaves it off for Gorans. Far block. Count the bucket and one. Johnston with the dime. Cadence Gorans with the first basket of the game, 2-0. Evelyn Ofston, the guilty party. Not a good sign there for Ofston and R.A. Long. Best ability is availability as Gorans hits the free throw. Some full court pressure being applied here. And good job there by Gorans to tap the ball loose. Recovered though by Magana Romero. Trapped here near side is Dorland. Nearly a 5-second violation, but she hands off. Magana Romero gets it back to Sienna. Sienna looking to drive baseline. Coming over and swatting the way is Rayleigh Gazzotti. Gazzotti takes it herself. Near side, gets around the defender. Scoop with the right short. Austin flies in for the board. Always a little bit of nerves in the early going of Civil War rivalry games. A 3 by Alana Brown ties it up. 3-3. Brown had a few of those. A nice drop off there from the far side to the near side under the basket. Kiki Maki Evie with the dime. Rayleigh Gazzotti with the deuce. 5-3. Mark Morris reclaims the lead. And out of bounds, they say here on the near sideline, is Sienna Dorland. Screen set by Gorans. Kea moves it back to the same spot, filled by Gazzotti. Gazzotti moves it far side. Now Johnson fires up a triple. Brings rain, and the bank is open for Reese Lightning. Eight to 3. Johnston pokes it loose, trying to go back to Brown over there in the corner. It'll be Lumberjills basketball. Garwood has Johnston step up, and Johnston called for a foul on the floor. 5:20 to go, opening quarter. 8-3, Mark Morris with the lead. Johnson with her first. She's had foul trouble throughout a few ball games so far this season. Crossover, swatted loose, stolen by Kiki. Transition opportunity. Johnston crosses over at the elbow, goes up at the left, and it rolls off. Austin's there for the rebound. Ball stolen away by Kea. Now Kiki pushing the pace, bumps into Dorland, no call. Gets it back to a trailer, and Garwood trailing the trailer, steals it back for R.A. Long. Magana Romero flashes, moves it back near side. Austin gets a step on Gorans, but throws it up long. Rebound Rayleigh. Gazzotti tries to leave it off, deflected and stolen back. So the Jills surviving some Mark Morris transition opportunities. Both teams kind of need to settle down here. Dorland bumped on the way up, and she'll head to the line for 2. It looks like they're going to get Kea Maki-Iwi here on the personal, and they do. So first free throw attempts for R.A. Long here. And Sienna Dorland, one dribble, ready to go. Fires it up and gets the roll. Sienna Dorland with her first point of the game, a 5'7" sophomore. 8-4. Hits another. Kea brings it across, hands off to Johnston. Johnston, another triple on the way. That one rattles out, another board for Austin. Good look there by Reese. Couldn't get the roll. Pass inside. Garwood leaves it off bounce pass, 12-footer for Evelyn Austin. And it's swished home. It's a 1-point game, 8-7. Good ball movement there. Johnston has Garwood on her, crosses up on Bree, drops it off far side block, a low pass dug out by Gorns, double teamed, has it poked loose and stolen. But the ball's poked loose again, right back to Mark Morris. Kiki goes up strong into contact, and she'll head to the line for 2 free throws. So both teams getting their hand on the ball early and often. 3:18 to go, opening quarter, and Kiki Maki-Iwi at the free throw line. And the sophomore's first is good. Kiki with her first point of the game. We're going to get a sub here for MM. Coming in is going to be Camry Gazzotti, subbing out her sister Rayleigh. 9-7 MM. And the second free throw no good. Austin there with another board. Ball poked loose by Johnston. Whistle. And this might be a cheapie here on Austin. And if it is, it's going to be her second personal. And that is the call.
Second personal, 13 fouls.
So now Malia Brown will check in for R.A. Long to get Evelyn Austin. Austin with at least 4 rebounds so far here in the first quarter. Vital for the Jills' success. Johnston sets up from 10, swishes it home. Johnston now with 5. Mark Morris extends the lead to 4. And a ball thrown away in the backcourt. Kiki Maki-Iwi with the steal and the bucket. Timeout, R.A. Long. Mark Morris with a 5-0 run here to extend their lead 13-7. Well, fans, if the girls are playing a Civil War, you know the boys is right around the corner, and it's tomorrow night over at Mark Morris High School. 7 o'clock tip-off between 2 11-1 teams from Longview. Quite a rivalry it's been over the last 4 seasons. More on that tomorrow. But Mark Morris looking to protect the home court, taking on the R.A. Long Lumberjacks. Both teams tied for first place in the league standings. Here at the Lumberdome, 13-7. Mark Morris with the lead, R.A. Long with the ball. Pressure broken. Dorland travels.
Traveling violation, Monarch basketball.
So turnover after the timeout. Camry Gazzotti enters the paint, has it stolen away. Dorland picks it up, throwing bows in the club. Dorland moves it, top of the circle. Garwood looking to get around Johnston. Bumps and creates a little bit of space there. And Johnston backed off, not wanting to pick up her second personal. Garwood takes advantage. Up ahead, Camry Gazzotti throws it up, doesn't hit anything. Garwood comes away with it. Now Alana Brown gets a screen, has it blocked on a three-point attempt. Camry Gazzotti comes away with it. Johnston, baseball pass up ahead, ill-advised. Brown steals it right back for R.A. Long. Dorland called for double dribble. So Sienna Dorland a traveling violation and a double dribble. We're going to get a sub here for R.A. Long and for Mark Morris. Friedenberg checking in for Mark Morris. And it's Samantha Montgomery for R.A. Long. Friedenberg cold off the bench, looking to heat up right away from the corner. Misses a 3-ball short. Rebound to R.A. Long. Montgomery has it poked loose. Last touched by Montgomery. Johnston forcing the turnover. Just under a minute and a half left here in the opening quarter. Crossover dribble shot up by Kiki, no good. Rebound to Jocelyn Magana. Magana towing the baseline, has to throw it back in bounds. Camry Gazzotti, the recipient. Outlet pass up ahead. Johnston to Gorins, and Gorins finishes with the right hand. Garwood picks up the ball in the backcourt, needs some help, and Magana Romero nearly loses it. Being guarded tightly here, looking for a 10-second call. They should have got it. And now there is a whistle, and finally they do say 10-second call from the far side, but Sean Atkins was basically looking to hunt down a referee and say, look at the shot clock, there's only 19 on it. Johnston working on Brown. Jump stop into the paint, finishing with the left. Johnston with another deuce. All of a sudden, Mark Morris creating some space here at the end of the first quarter. Now lead at 17-9. Brown gets by one, stops and pops in front of Kiki, misses, battle for the loose ball, and it's off of Gorins after it was thrown in by Brown. So good hustle there by Alana. 17.3 left in the first. Going inside, Garwood working on Kiki Makaivi. Good defense by Kiki. 9 on the clock, pass up ahead. Gorins finds an open player under the basket. It's Friedenberg, and Friedenberg scores. Dominant close here to the quarter. That is going to do it. Mark Morris on top, 19-9 after one, and a few transition opportunities really hurting the Lumberjills there at the end of the first. Johnston with 7 points leads the way.
Once again on the floor, using the right tool for the job and making it like it never even happened. Easton Boston and Axel Curtis.
Always awesome to have the pep bands in attendance. Turning point there in the first quarter was when Evelyn Austin picked up her second foul. So she's going to have to be on her best behavior the remainder of the game with only 3 more personals available. Reese Johnston with 7 leading the way for Mark Morris, and Cadence Gorins with 5 for the visitors. It's going to be R.A. Long basketball. Both teams having problems keeping possession of the ball. Austin checking back in. Pump fake by Dorland. Dorland gets inside, goes up off the window. Great move there by Sienna Dorland. Now 4. Johnston working on Brown, leaves it off. Now looking to get it back, has a chance to shoot for 3, does, and it's long off the back iron and out of bounds in front of the band. Cadence Gorins gave it a look over there on the far side. Not a lot of pressure there for R.A. Long to deal with, but they throw it away anyway. Johnston, baseball pass up ahead. finds a target, and it's Friedenberg who looks to get some contact down low. No call, a tie-up down low, and they're going to get a foul. Brown thought she had a hold of the ball for a jump. Excuse me. That's going to be Alana's first foul, first team foul of the quarter. Kiki puts it on the deck, moves it far side. Johnston dribbling back to the top of the circle. Gazzotti all alone at the top, throws up a three, no good. Ball is out of bounds, last touch by Mark Morris. 19-11 here in the first, and Ashlyn Cole off the bench for her first action. For Mark Morris, Camry Gazzotti will sit down. Got to keep an eye on Cole. She can heat up in a hurry. Inside, ball tapped loose. Dorland has it poked out of bounds, but R.A. Long gets to retain possession. Coach Atkins working hard here on the near sideline, saying that Dorland was the last to touch that. Garwood on the run, throws up a shot in front of Gorins, can't hit. Rebound, Mark Morris, foul from behind by Alana Brown, trying to poke it loose, and all of a sudden she's got two personals.
Number 3, Brown, second personal, second team foul of the quarter.
Kea Maki-Evi checking in for Kiki Maki-Evi. And hurrying to the scorer's table for R.A. Long is Delaney Zuger going in for Alana Brown. So R.A. Long's best offensive weapon on the bench now. Out of the corner, Cole finds Gorins. A 16-footer is no good. Ball out of bounds. Garwood and Friedenberg battling for it. Last touch by Friedenberg. Got Camden in the live stream comment section. What up, Camden? Pass inside to the far block is deflected, but the Jills retain. Garwood, hesitation, throws a pass to Austin down low. Evelyn digs it out, puts it on the deck, and gives it back to Bree. Bree dribbles back to the three-point line, and it's Long. Good hustle here on the near side by Delaney Zuger. And Delaney pops up, finds a player underneath, and it's Garwood near side with the right hand. That play, all heart and effort from Delaney Zuger. Good job by Garwood to finish, and Garwood deflects the ball and draws a foul. All of a sudden, the Jills with a little bit of life here with 5:46 to go.
Monarch foul number 11, Friedenberg, first personal, first team foul of the quarter.
Paisley Friedenberg
Back in the ballgame for the Monarchs.
whistled for the foul. Garwood has it stolen away by Johnston. Now Johnston in transition. Gets around Dorland, goes up, no good. Ball tapped, controlled by Garwood. The trailer, Dorland, pump fake, gets Johnson off her feet. High off the window and in! Sienna Dorland with 6 for R.A. Long. It's a 4-point lead. Johnston throws it up. Into contact, foul is called, and she'll head to the line for 2. Camden says, I hope Blast Zone Media is there tonight. I think so. Yep, absolutely. I do see Blast Zone Media here in attendance. Photographer alongside. Reese Johnston just short on the first one, can't get the roll. Kiki Maki-Evi will get Cadence Gorins. Me Sigma Vaughn says we love both Longview schools. Second free throw swished home by Johnston. And the inbound thrown away by R.A. Long. Not what the doctor ordered. A three by Ashlyn Cole, I told you. 1 for 1. 3 points now for Cole off the bench. And now we've got a walk by Delaney Zuger. So the Jills take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. 23-15. Maka-Evie kicks a near wing 3, no good by Rayleigh Gazzotti. Austin with the board. Austin in three-point land, bounce past to Dorland, looking to set up for Sienna, does. Dorland throws up a 3, no good. Rebound fought for between Kiki and Garwood, and it's going to be a jump ball, possession arrow favoring Mark Morris. 4:22 to go here in the first half, 23-15. Mark Morris with the lead. Mark Morris riding a 4-game winning streak in the Civil War rivalry into this one. Plenty of space here for Kiki, but she puts it on the deck, goes right around Garwood and scores. Great explosive step there off the dribble by Kiki Maka-Evie, who's got 5. Pass up ahead, deflected out of bounds by Johnston. R.A. Long will inbound. Alana Brown back in, and Jocelyn Magana Romero as well for R.A. Long. Malia Brown and Delaney Zuger will head to the bench. Ball stolen away by Johnston. She's been all over the place. Jump stop, throws it up with the left in front of Dorland, who hustled back on D. Johnston does not care. 27-15. Mark Morris on top by double figures now. And now a ball stolen away by Rayleigh Gazzotti. She picks it up. Austin trailing, Gazzotti lays it in anyway. 4 points now for Rayleigh Gazzotti, and the wheels are starting to fall off here in a hurry for R.A. Long. Dorland drives, has the ball blocked out of bounds. Johnston in double figures now with 10 for Mark Morris. Dorland checks out. Malia Brown back into the ball game in a hurry here with 3:29 to go first half. Jill's got to get this down to single digits. Nice inbound play. Garwood wide open, misses the bunny. Offensive rebound though by Magana. Garwood gets another chance from inside, close, misses, and then a foul after the 2 misses. Garwood probably frustrated there. Ashlyn Cole with the rebound. 29-15, Mark Morris on top. Kiki Maka-Evie misses the jumper inside. Brown bothered and fouled. See who they get this one on here. It might be Rayleigh Gazzotti. And that is the call. It's her first personal. It's the second team foul for Mark Morris. Good job on the press break. Magana Romero scores in front of Johnston, who was straight up. Badly needed bucket there for R.A. Long. Kiki passes up a 3, moves it top of the circle. Ball continues to move to Johnston, a near wing triple, no good. Brown taps it to Garwood. That was Malia Brown. Now Alana with it. Alana gets by 2 defenders, crosses over, goes up with the left somehow, some way. Alana Brown with a bucket, now with 5. A mini 4-0 run here for the Jills. Kea Maka-Evie, finger roll, no good. Ball on the floor, picked up by Austin. 2:06 to go in the quarter. Brown, nobody on her, kicks it to Garwood. Malia Brown picks it up, top of the circle, gets it to Magana, back to Malia. Malia steps into a 3, it's no good, looked good, and it's right out of bounds in front of the Slim Reaper. And it's going to be a timeout. Sean Atkins. We'll keep it right here with the Mark Morris Huddle when we come back after a word from our sponsors. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of R.A. Long and Mark Morris High School on N2 Media. Call financial advisor Ryan Littlefield at 360-916-4650 or visit him at 911 11th Avenue in Longview for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back to the Lumberdome, 29-19. Minute 46 to go, second quarter. Reese Johnston with 10 points leading the way for the Monarchs. Fans, again tomorrow night, we're going to be live at hopefully 6:45 for a little 15-minute pregame. R.A. Long at Mark Morris. Boys Civil War action. Should be a good one. Both teams 11-1 overall on the year. Mark Morris basketball after the timeout. Kayamaki Evie to the far elbow. Gets it to Johnston. Johnston bounce pass near side to Gorns. Gorns nearly loses it. Has to save. Jab right by Johnston off the dribble. Leaves it off. Blocked by Austin on Gorns. Great penetration and pass by Johnston. Better recovery defense there by Evelyn. Ball thrown up ahead, deflected by Mark Morris. It'll be Lumberjills ball on the baseline. 1:15 left, second quarter. Inbound goes to Alana Brown, puts it on the deck with the left hand, working off of a screen. We got a foul on the floor. They say no shot. It's going to be on Kayamaka Evie. It's going to be her second personal, and it's the third Monarchs team foul. So Mark Morris still with a foul to give, and Sean Atkins is going to sub out Kayamaka Evie. Camry Gazzotti back into the game. Malia Brown to inbound. Gets it high over Kiki Maka-Evie to Austin, and Austin throws it up, and it rolls off. Ball on the floor, tied up, and I think this is going to be Lumberjills' possession, and it is. New shot clock for the Jills, 1:05 to work. Malia inbounds it to Alana. Alana gets behind the defender, throws it up, it rolls off. And Brown's got to be careful, and she picks up a foul there. Those frustration fouls are going to add up, and it's the third personal now on Alana Brown, and she's going to have to check out for the last 58 seconds, and it's going to be free throws as well for Mark Morris on the other end. Brown, only one of a couple of seniors on the R.A. Long roster. It's one of those fouls that you just cringe when it's committed, but it's always tough when you're playing the game and you want to get the ball back, especially after you had a ball just roll off. Gorin's missing on the first, second on the way. That one is down for Cadence Gorin, so 1 point added to the Monarchs lead here, 30-19. Press broken nicely. Delaney Zuger bounce pass it. Nearly lost by Magana. Austin ends up with it. Takes a couple dribbles. Rolls one down. Austin now with 4. 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. About a 4-second now. Johnston catches. Leaves it off for Gorins. Gorins fouled by Austin. And this is going to be her third personal. So Gorins will head right back to the line here. The Jills have worked it down to single digits here. And if the Jills are fortunate enough to get a rebound on a miss here, or see Gorins miss both of them altogether, as the first is no good, Jills have a chance to maybe cut into the deficit a little bit more here. Into the ball game for R.A. Long is Rebecca Montgomery, number 4. And the next free throw is short. Johnston taps it back, and it's controlled by the Monarchs. Into the paint, ball poked loose on a pass-out attempt. Gazzotti manages to get it to her sister Camry, and a three from the right wing. No good. Johnson with another offensive rebound. Lays it off for Rayleigh Gazzotti, who goes up and scores.
Rayleigh Gazzotti for 2.
3 on the clock. Malia Brown inbounds it. I don't think they're going to get a shot off. Kiki steals it away, and that's going to do it. So the Monarchs get the last bucket in the first half. 32-21. They lead it by 11 heading into the locker room. Rayleigh Gazzotti's bucket gives her 6 in the first half. The 10 points of Reese Johnston leading the way for the Monarchs. Caden Scorns also with 6. Kiki Makaivi with 5. Ashlyn Cole with 3. And Paisley Friedenberg 2. 32 total for MM at the intermission for R.A. Long. They battled back there a couple times in the first half. 6 by Sienna Dorland leading the way for R.A. Long, 5 for Alana Brown, 4 for Evelyn Ofston, 2 for Jocelyn Magana, 2 for Bree Garwood, 2 for Delaney Zuger.
As they circulate through the gym tonight, or contact Jamie Marcus in the R.A. Long ASB office. Order yours today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, celebrating their 3rd straight trip to the state competition on January 24th and 25th, here they are, your R.A. Long High School cheer team.
There's the R.A. Long cheer staff here at the half. We're going to take a quick audio timeout, folks, and we'll be back in a few minutes with the start of the second half and a recap of the first 16 minutes of action. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberdome. Just about set to start the third quarter of action. 32-21, Mark Morris with the lead. The 10 points of Reese Johnston leading all scorers here in the ball game. And for those that maybe missed the start of this one, Mark Morris on a 4-game winning streak, both in this season and in the Civil War rivalry. And R.A. Long on a 4-game losing streak, both in reality this season and in the Civil War rivalry. So the Monarchs are 16 minutes away from their 5th consecutive win overall and in the series. And it's number 5, Kiki Maki-Evie, who steps up wide open and hits a triple. Pressure here in the backcourt. Jill's been dealing with that all game long. And another turnover here generated. Kiki goes up, and that one bounces off. Rebound to Garwood. Mark Morris adding to their lead right away, on top by 14, tied for their largest of the ball game. Ball fake by Dorland, kicks it corner. Brown out of the corner, goes up and drives off the glass. 7 for Alana Brown, leading the team now in scoring. Jills are going to need Alana and Evelyn Austin to stay available here in the second half, both playing with 3 fouls. Zone defense, it looks like here. Yes, zone defense for the Jills. Pass out from Johnson to the corner. Ball gets rotated far side. From the wing dribbling in is Kea Maki-Evie. Austin went straight up and bothered the shot. Jills with the rebound. Brown steps into a 3 off the glass and the rim. No good near side rebound here. Rayleigh Gazzotti. Johnson loves the one-handed baseball pass. And Dorland bumps into Kiki Maki-Evie. And it's going to be a foul against Sienna Dorland. That is going to be her second personal. It's the first team foul. We got Seahawks fan for life in YouTube comment section. Let's go Monarchs in all caps. And Andrew Patterson in the Facebook comment, let's go Monarchs. Jake Moe says, thanks for everything you do, Nick. You're very welcome, Jake. Tina Klein says, Jills need to regroup. Pass inside. Good looking shot there for Rayleigh Gazzotti. Just off the mark. Brown sprinting across near side. Garwood goes inside with the left hand. Fouled on the way up, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Monarch foul number 12, Rayleigh Gazzotti, second personal, first team foul of the quarter.
Garwood, no good on the first.
Garwood at the line for the Jills, shooting the second of 2.
Second free throw is good from Garwood, who's got 5. Johnston passes up a 3, drives into traffic, straight up is Austin. Johnston lost it in traffic. Magana Romero sidesteps with a Euro, misses the shot though. Caden Scorns with the board. Outlet pass up ahead. Kea to Reese. Reese throws it up with the right hand, misses it. Austin with the board. And ball's thrown away here, out of bounds by Delaney Zuger. Bounce pass inside. Gorans finds a streaking Kea Maki-Evie, and Kea's fouled, and this is on Austin, and that is going to be her 4th.
Austin, 4th personal, second team foul of the quarter. Kea Maki-Evie at the line.
Well, that foul is no bueno for the Lumberjills as Maki-Evie lines up the first free throw and rolls it home. That's Kaya's first point of the game, and Malia Brown inserted into the lineup for Austin, who will more than likely be sitting the entire third quarter. Second free throw this time rattles out, but Reese Johnson gets great position, finds Gorins on the near side, and a bucket is up and good. 3 points on that opportunity for Mark Morris. 38-24, Monarchs back on top by the largest amount of the ball game. We're going to take a quick timeout, fans, and we'll be back here in just a few. Located in downtown Longview on Commerce is one of my favorite local restaurants, the Country Folks Deli, otherwise known simply as the Cow Deli. With plenty of seating in the front and back, the Country Folks Deli is family owned and operated, serving up some of the best soups, sandwiches, and much more. They feature a special soup every day they are open, and every day they have their delicious beer cheese soup with homemade croutons. Be sure to save room for one of their delicious homemade desserts. I went with the chicken cordon bleu, and it was amazing. The Country Folks Deli, open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 4 at 1329 Commerce in Longview. Country Folks Deli, proudly sponsoring Lumberjacks basketball. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lumberdome. After the timeout, it's going to be RA long possession, trailing 38-24. Cadence Gorins now with 8 points after the made basket before the timeout. A three is up by Magana, no good. Gorins rebounds it far side. Ball nearly stolen back, though, by Garwood. Johnston retaining possession for the Monarchs. Johnston takes it all the way, lays it up with the right. Johnston now with 12. Lead up to 16. Double team comes on Malia Brown, and she throws it away momentarily. On the floor is Zuger, and she rolls it. And now a battle for the loose ball between Johnson and Malia Brown. And possession arrow favors R.A. Long. 4:17 left here in the third. Pass inside, Zuger can't catch it clean. Now the ball's rolling around on the floor, and it rolls to Johnston. Johnston with her head up finds Gorins. Gorins goes up and scores! Tough bucket by Cadence Gorins, who's got 10 now. And Gorins gets her hand on the ball in front of the student section. Nearly comes away with a steal. Sienna Dorland will check back into the game. Delaney Zuger will sit down. 18-point lead for the Monarchs. Ball goes out of bounds, deflected by the Monarchs. Gorins again over there. She's had a hell of a game so far. Camry Gazzotti checking in for Rayleigh, and Kea Maki-Evi will sit down as well. Paisley Freidenberg subbing in. A two is up from the elbow by Malia Brown, no good. Tapped out, rebounded. Reese Johnston fires it up ahead, trailing the play, gets it, three-point line, crosses over on Garwood, gets around her, leaves it short though with the left hand, rebound Bree. Garwood leads it up ahead, too high for Magana, out of bounds. Jills turn it back over. 3:26 to go now, third quarter. High screen set, used well by Kiki, and she takes it all the way down the lane and lays it up with the right. 10 now for Kiki. Brown fires to the top of the circle, caught by Dorland. Dorland loses the ball and then loses her footing, and it's because Reese Johnston committed a foul there. And that's going to be Reese's second. And we've got a timeout. Coach Ott, it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here with the RA alongside with 3:01 to go, third quarter. Again, fans, tomorrow night, live over at Mark Morris High School for boys basketball action. A pair of 11-1 teams tied at the top of the league standings. I got currently in the top 10 both Mark Morris and RA Long, with Columbia River right behind both of them. Mark Morris at number 3 and RA Long at number 4, but really it is razor thin between the two. Expect a close one tomorrow night, live at 6:45, tip-off around 7 o'clock between RA Long and Mark Morris. And Friday, we're going to finish out the week over at Kelso for an important GSHL 3A league game between the Highlanders and the Evergreen Plainsmen. Inbound goes to Malia Brown, quick shot deflected. Now the ball is loose out of bounds, and the Slim Reaper picks it up. It's going to be Mark Morris ball. Johnston to inbound it. Wide open, Friedenberg has it rattle out from 3. Number 3, Alana Brown with the board. Takes it up herself. Drops it off near block. Good defense by Kiki, but it's not out of bounds, saved by Magana. Shot clock does not reset. Brown tripped up on the way up, and looks like she's okay. And see if they give her free throws here for the effort, and she will head to the line here for 2.
Number 24, Johnston, third personal, 13 foul of the quarter. Alana Brown to the line.
So senior Alana Brown at the line. 7 points so far for the senior, and the first is no good.
Kayamaki back in the ballgame for the Monarchs.
Kayamaki Evie checking in for Johnston. Brown has this one drop down after a friendly bounce. Now 8 for Alana Brown. Still a 19-point Mark Morris advantage. Bounce pass feed inside near block. Left hand shot off the window by Cadence Gorins. Now with 12. Drive baseline. Dorland stops her dribble, fires a pass to the top of the circle. Head fake by Brown. Brown gets around the defenders. Kiki stopped in front of her, and Alana slowed up her momentum and scored anyway. 10 now for Alana Brown. Driving a kick out of the wing. Gazzotti bounce pass. Gorins long. Kayamaki Evie rebounds it though here. Weak side. Gorins gets position down low. Misses the shot. Rebound Alana. Alana left hand dribble. Pops and shot from 10. No good. Kiki Maki Evie rebounds, and Sienna Dorland's going to be called for a loose ball foul. 1:14 to go here in the third. And Delaney Zuger will check back into the game for Jocelyn Magana. Friedenberg, another triple attempt, and this time it's down. Paisley Friedenberg with 5. 22-point lead now for the Monarchs, and a high pass is over the head and reach of Malia Brown, out of bounds. Monarchs starting to pull away here in the third with 8 minutes plus to go. Evelyn Austin missing nearly the entire third quarter on the bench with foul trouble. Couple dribbles in, Kayamaki Evie throws it up, no good. Ball is poked loose. Last touch by R.A. Long after Gorins nearly pulled down an offensive rebound. Kaya to inbound. Top of the circle, Friedenberg, another triple. Yes, the freshman. Paisley Friedenberg now with 8. Shot clock off. Brown takes it all the way herself and scores again. 12 for Brown.
Brown for 2.
Kayamaki Evie dribbles inside. Scoop shot no good, just a little bit short. Alana Brown checks the clock. Has to go up with it. Gets it off in time, and it nearly goes. 52-29. Mark Morris outscores the Lumberjills 20-8 in the period. They lead it now 52-29 heading into the fourth quarter. Fans, be sure to be subscribed to Blast Zone Media for local prep sports coverage here in Southwest Washington and parts of Northern Oregon. Blast Zone Media is here to provide game stories, photos, and so much more at blastzonemedia.com. $8 a month, unlimited access. Start a free 7-day trial to take the executive tour of Blast Zone Media, started and owned by none other than Jody Nayland, former editor of The Redacted. Blast Zone Media, right up on this game to come overnight and in the wee hours of the morning tomorrow. 52-29, all Mark Morris here in the second half. All they did was extend an 11-point lead and work it up to, I'm doing math in my head now, 23. RA Long basketball to start the fourth. Delaney Zuger inbounds it to Sienna Dorland. Austin back into the game. Garwood and Magana round out the lineup. Dorland can't handle a pass initially, recovers. Eight on the shot clock. Evelyn Austin says, why not? Step out and show you some range here. A 3 by Austin, and she's got 7. And a ball poked loose, foul called.
Lumberjill foul call on number 21, Zuger. First personal, first team foul of the quarter.
Bounce pass entry into the ball game, number 21, Destiny Watson. Johnston also back out there, steps through, goes up with the left, no good, tries to tap her shot to a teammate, instead rebounded by Magana. A 3 on the way by Magana, no good, and the rebound wrestled away by Watson. Kiki Maki-Evie, long skip pass far side up ahead. Johnson catches, puts it on the deck, fumbles it away, and it's going to be a jump. Mark Morris possession. Johnston to inbound. Finds Watson at the foul line. He gets it back, top of the circle. Maki-Evie fires a pass near corner. A 3 by Johnston's up, no good. Garwood moves up ahead. A runner blocked by Kiki Maki-Evie. Kiki's had a great defensive game here tonight to go along with 10 points. Magana to inbound, and now we've got a timeout. R.A. Long. 6:41 to go in the game.
Lumberjills, 60-second.
And this is going to be a full charge timeout. Fans, start thinking of player of the game. I need your votes into the live stream comment section if possible. If I have to be the foremost authority, I will. Reese Johnson with 12. Kaden Scorins with 12. She's had a big game, not just with 12 points, but rebounding and being a defensive pest or a menace, whatever you want. I kind of mixed those words in my head. But Johnson's had a great game stealing the basketball as well. Kiki Maki-Evie with 10. Paisley Freidenberg with 8 off the bench. Sneaky contender there, but I think that the starting lineup should probably get the most consideration here between the trio of Johnston Gorins, and Kiki Maka-Evie. Alana Brown with 12 leading the way for the RA Long Lumberjills. So the likes of Brown, Johnson, and Gorins lead the game in scoring here. After the timeout, it's going to be RA Long basketball. Brown cut off by Maka-Evie, gets the ball back, goes inside, and scores. 14 now for Brown, doing everything she can to keep her team in this game. Johnston throws it up with the left, misses. Rebound Magana. Ball dribbled off of a foot, picked up by Watson. Fredenberg dribbles, can't put it on the deck again, moves it top of the circle. Grace Eaton into the game. Rotation, head fake by Fredenberg, enters the paint, throws it up, no good. Alana with the rebound. Alana dribbles into a wide open near wing three, no good. Ball on the floor, Austin ties it up, jump ball called.
Jump ball, Lumberjill basketball.
It's going to be RA Long possession. I haven't seen a single comment in the section there for player of the game. Ball thrown away out of bounds.
Monarch basketball.
It's like I need a Cricket's like audio, like soundboard, you know. Chirp, 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 chirp. I know the game ain't over yet, but Johnston takes a look from three and fires up, no good. Rebound to Austin. Dorland settles into a three, no. Fredenberg with the board. After Johnson dribbles it into traffic, loses a handle again. Jills come away with it. Garwood finds Dorland inside. Ball blocked by Johnson. Dorland staring down the official. Wanted a foul called. Didn't get it. Bounce pass near side. Now we're starting to turn into some YMCA ball here. The referees seem to have lost track of their whistles. Dorland steps around, throws it up, no good. You might see one of those sympathy timeouts from one of the coaches just to say, hey, this is hard to watch. Fredenberg, a wide open three near wing, why not? Paisley Fredenberg, a freshman with 11 off the bench, and there's the sympathy timeout here. Sean Atkins puts a stop to it here to give both teams a chance to regroup. 55-34, 4:18 left in the ball game. Allison, there we go. Allison Box on Facebook comment says Alana for RA Long and Cadence for Mark Morris. I like those selections, Allison. Just over 4 to go here in the ball game. Mark Morris about ready to pick up their 5th win on the season in a row and their 5th win in the Civil War rivalry in a row. Been playing better basketball over the last 2 weeks or so. And with home games against Woodland and Columbia River, they can find themselves with a puncher's chance at maybe getting a tie for a league championship or maybe even, who knows, an outright league championship. Brown inbounds it. Full court press being applied here. Garwood throws a pass to the middle of the floor, and it's cut off by Rayleigh Gazzotti, and Gazzotti's tripped up. Foul is going to be on Sienna Dorland, and that's going to be her 4th. I wonder who Me Sigma Vaughn or Camden would vote for in the live stream comment section for player of tonight's game. Ball poked loose by Garwood. Magana comes away with it. No numbers, though. Garwood trailing the play, gets it, goes up into contact, foul called. Stumbling into the wall is Ashlyn Cole, and I believe she's going to get called for the personal. It's going to be her first, and it's the first Monarchs team foul of the quarter. Bree Garwood at the line. Hits the first. Garwood unofficially with 6. Make it 7 after the second swished home. Johnston drives around Brown, goes up with the left. Pretty looking move there by Reese Johnston. Jills throw it away. Johnston again misses this one inside. Offensive rebound, put back Rayleigh Gazzotti, no good. Rayleigh trying to get the offensive rebound, taps it out of bounds. It'll be RA Long basketball. Checking in to the ball game, number 32, Alexa Harrison. Destiny Watson will check out. Ryan Bailey says Reese Johnson for player of the game. All right, so we got 1 vote for Johnson, 1 vote for Gorens. I need somebody to type something in to decide it more than likely here. Pass underneath the basket, trying to get to the near block. Austin unable to get it there, mainly because it was tapped out of bounds by the Monarchs. 3:07 left in the game. Brown, turnaround shot with the left from the baseline is airballed. Johnson with the rebound, pushes the pace. Nobody picks it up. Austin last minute goes up, doesn't want to foul out, going straight up. No foul called.
Out of bounds, Lumberjill basketball.
Got some chirping here from the Monarchs fans, up 21. That's what makes it a rivalry. Inbound pass stolen away, a step around shot with the left, no good by Rayleigh Gazzotti, and a foul is going to be called here. It's going to go against Mark Morris.
Third personal, second team foul of the quarter.
That is the third personal on Rayleigh Gazzotti. Camry checking back in. Reese Johnson will check out. Alana Brown brings it across for the Jills. Bounce pass feed. Back to the basket. Austin finds Garwood, who's cutting. Out to Brown. Back to Austin. Austin fires a pass far side. A little runner with the left. No good. Austin rebound. Puts it up and in. 9 now for Evelyn Austin, and we got a timeout. Nope, no timeout. Thought I heard a whistle, my bad. Shot the other direction, no good by Grace Eaton. Thought I heard a whistle. Thought JD Ott was trying to get a timeout here and sub in, and he was. So we got wholesale substitutions, and they're going to do a substitution timeout, so they're going to keep the game in motion here with 2:03 left. 57-38. Andrew votes and says Gorens for player of the game. Kelsey votes and says Reese Johnson, so we're tied at 2 now. Thank you guys for your votes. Malia Brown for 3, no. Ball tapped out of bounds, and it's going to stay here with R.A. Long.
Out of bounds.
They got the clock running still, a couple seconds after there. It's not a running clock, so stop that thing. 57-38, inbound, goes inside, a shot by Montgomery, no good. Rebound, collected, and a foul from behind. Delaney Zuger, I believe, is going to get this one. Ashlyn Cole bumped to the floor, and it is on Zuger. It's going to be the third R.A. Long team foul.
Third team foul of the quarter.
We got another vote here coming in for Cadence for player of the game. Entry pass to Harrison. Harrison goes up, leaves it short. Harrison reaches over the top and bats it out of bounds. R.A. Long ball. That's Steve Payton throwing the vote in there for Cadence. Thanks for voting, Steve. 3 votes Cadence, 2 votes Johnson. I know there's more of you watching. Man, all you coaches don't want to give your secrets away. It's okay. It's cool to watch N2 Media live streams. Montgomery puts it on the deck, loses it, kicks it to Brown. Brown dribbles all the way to the far side. Ball denied, out of bounds by Eaton. And Destiny Watson's going to check back in here for Mark Morris with a $1:10 left.
Replaces Frankenberg.
Ball tapped out of bounds again off of Mark Morris. Malia Brown to inbound. And that one thrown up in front of the shot clock buzzer.
24-second clock violation.
And it's a 30-second shot clock violation.
Monarch basketball.
Driving a kick, Grace Eaton for three. No, it rattles out. Rebound Delaney Zuger. Ball nearly stolen, though, by Ashlyn Cole. Runner up and no good, and that's going to do it. The Monarchs don't have to fire up another shot here. And a foul.
Lumberjill foul number 21, Zuger. Third personal, fourth team foul of the quarter.
Jeff votes for Johnston. Oh, man, we're right here. Dead heat still. We can't take the cheap way out here, folks, and go co-players of the game. That's just not possible. We can't do that. We could do that, but that's just, like, not cool. Shot clock is off here. Mark Morris is going to improve to 8-5 overall, 5-2 in the Greater St. Helens League. They run their personal winning streak to 5, and they've won 5 in a row in the Civil War rivalry. That is going to do it here. Your final, 57-38. The Jills actually won that fourth quarter. They outscored the Monarchs 9-5, but not enough. 57-38. Man, they got that scoreboard turned off in a hurry here. Fans, we got to talk about the players of the game here tonight and the total unofficial scoring that I've got. So give me some time here, and we are going to reconvene in just a little bit. All right, I am just hooking up the other headset here just in case we have a visitor to talk about this ball game here tonight. So fans, be sure to stick around for a little while longer. We might have a player from Mark Morris be coming upstairs in a little while to talk about tonight's win by the Monarchs as they take care of the Lumberjills in game number 1 of the Civil War rivalry, 57-38. You know, it was a pretty good start overall for Mark Morris. They let Ari Long stick around there in that first quarter. But things really started to change once the Jills got into some foul trouble. Evelyn Austin ended up not fouling out of the game, but she picked up 3 in the first half, as well as Alana Brown. And then early in the third, Austin picking up her 4th. So difficult for RA Long to lose somebody that's so valuable, and 2 players, honestly, that are really, like, you know, a vast percentage of their scoring and rebounding. But they did an overall pretty decent job of executing at times. Just the turnover bug really hurting RA Long here in this one. You could actually say the same for Mark Morris a little bit. They had their fair share of problems keeping track of the ball, but you know, really the difference of the game was the full court pressure that was able to be applied by the Mark Morris team, and they had just a little bit more depth coming off the bench, especially with a freshman, Paisley Fredenberg, scoring 11 in the game off the bench, and then Ashlyn Cole contributing 3. Reese Johnston with 14 leads the way for Mark Morris. Alana Brown with 14 leads the way for R.A. Long. So those 2 players tied for the game lead. Cadence Gorins with 12, and you know, effective in a lot of ways overall for Mark Morris. Kiki Maki-Evie with 10, and Rayleigh Gazzotti with 6, and then Kea Maki-Evie with a single. And for R.A. Long, Brown with 14, Garwood with 7, Dorland 6, Magana. Excuse me. Magana with 2 and Austin with 9. Again, those are unofficial. So with the win, Mark Morris 5-2 in Greater St. Helens League play, 8-5 overall on a 5-game winning streak. R.A. Long, the total opposite end of the coin here, 4-8, 2-6 in league play, 5-game losing streak. And for those that weren't watching throughout the entire game, it's been a 5-game series winning streak for the Mark Morris Monarchs. J.D. Ott still searching for his first victory against Mark Morris here in the rivalry. It'll come. It'll come. Donna says, great announcing, so much better than NFHS, no comparison. Well, thank you, Donna. I greatly appreciate that. You know, yeah, I mean, I'm here to help and make the game watchable, more enjoyable for everybody, and I hope that y'all do that. So appreciate the compliments. We had 3 votes for each Gorins and for Reese Johnston. Boy, man. I think Cadence Gorins is the player of the game here tonight. That's my vote, and you know, if I have to split the tie, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split the tie, and I'm going to go with Cadence Gorins, 12 points in the win tonight. Johnston definitely got Mark Morris going, but Gorins was a super effective player, especially with Austin out of the ball game, and Johnston really set her up on a lot of those. So, I mean, it could go either way. You know, you hate to pick one over the other since they both played so well. But Cadence Gorins, you're the player of the game tonight. 12 points in the win. I just don't like to, you know, take the easy road. I think co-player of the game could easily be stated. But we're not going to do that tonight. So again, totals tonight, 57-38, Mark Morris with the win. We're just hanging out here to see if we might have a special guest from the Monarchs come up and talk about this one. We're going to be over at Mark Morris High School tomorrow in the immediate aftermath of this ball game. It's going to be the boys' turn. Lumberjacks will travel to take on the Mark Morris Monarchs, a pair of 11-1 teams doing battle. Me Sigma Vaughn says Reese Johnston. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that, you know. Vaughn, that's awesome. Thanks for voting. I appreciate you, buddy. I think you could easily make the case for Johnston as player of the game as well. I'm talking myself into taking the cheap way out here is really what it's kind of boiling down to. So Friday night. Apparently we do have someone coming up here to talk with us. So Friday night we're going to be over at Kelso High School. It's going to be Kelso taking on Evergreen. That'll be at 7 o'clock, boys basketball action. See who we're going to get joined by here. You know, the hard part is that I don't really know their faces super well. So they're not wearing their jerseys at the moment. This has been like, this is the moment of truth here, you know. Am I going to know or am I not going to know? So it'll be fun. All right. Hello. All right. So you'll have to forgive me, but Paisley, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You can go ahead and have a seat and get comfortable. No cameras on right now. We're just having a chat. Paisley Friedenberg joining us here tonight. Paisley, first Civil War game as a freshman, 11 points off the bench. That's a very large percentage of your guys' total bench points. You had 14 off the bench tonight between you and Ashland, but what was working, for you tonight? You looked super confident out there. How were you feeling going into this game?
I felt good. Confidence is like, I'm always confident. I always want to do my best, obviously. So that carries on into a big game and successful for me.
Yeah, what was the mood going into this game? Knowing that you guys had had some success as of late, winning 4 games in a row, now 5 games in a row, and winning 4 in a row in the rivalry and extending that to 5 wins. What was your guys' focus coming into this game? What did you guys talk about and how to come away with this victory here tonight?
We just talked about, like, winning. There's a difference between winning and being cocky. You got to keep winning, put in the work. We always stayed confident. We were ready to go.
Your starting lineup here tonight, you got a big boost from Reese Johnson with 14 points and Caden Scorins and then Kiki with 10. Just talk about how you're able to kind of draw some inspiration and some direction from the starters, the upperclassmen, and how they've been able to help you become a better basketball player.
Yeah, they've helped me through practice a lot. The main thing is always work hard. Those girls never give up. They always push through everything. And I learn a lot from them just by their attitudes and how they handle the ball.
So how would you rate on a scale of 1 to 10, the fun meter that you're having so far playing here in Longview, part of the Mark Morris team, coming from Tootle, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, how's it been for you?
Definitely 10 out of 10.
Okay, that's a high rating.
Yeah.
So with 5 games in a row with you guys winning and your guys' record now 5-2 in the Greater St. Helens League, got a couple big ones coming up at home against Columbia River and Woodland. What can those 2 teams maybe expect from this version of Mark Morris versus the first time they saw you?
I feel like we're confident now. Just more hard work. We know what to expect now, which the girls before did, but that wasn't really me.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go out and celebrate with your family and your teammates here. Thanks for coming on up and spending a couple minutes with me, but congratulations on the 11 points and congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, go get them. All right, that's Paisley Friedenberg, Mark Morris Monarchs freshman, scoring 11 points here tonight in the win against R.A. Long, 57-38. Mark Morris comes away with the victory. Caden Scorins, our player of the game here tonight with 12 points, and Reese Johnson leading the team with 14, but both were so equally vital, and you also can't really leave out the effort of Kiki Maki-Evie tonight running the point guard, and she found her openings and made R.A. Long pay when she had the opportunity to do so. But 57-38, your final here tonight. We're going to be live over at Mark Morris High School tomorrow for the boys' turn. It's going to be quite a game between Mark Morris and R.A. Long. Both teams 11-1. Both teams tied at the top of the league standings. Can't wait for that one. So be sure to come on back. We're going to do a start time of 6:45 tomorrow, a little pregame. And the tip should be sometime around 7 o'clock as usual. There will be a special halftime ceremony in honoring of Bill Ammons, a gentleman who was almost singularly responsible for the Trailblazers taking on the Golden State Warriors in a regular season game at Mark Morris High School all the way back in the 70s. So we're going to have a fun night tomorrow night over at the Natty, Billy's Barn, Mark Morris High School. Final again, 57-38, Mark Morris wins it. Caden Scorins, player of the game. Special guest interview tonight, Paisley Friedenberg, a freshman with 11 points off the bench for the Monarchs in the win. On behalf of Mark Morris and R.A. Long Athletics and N2 Media, this is Nick Sisson saying so long from the Lumberdome. 57-38, and hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow at Billy's Barn, 6:45. Have a good evening, everyone.